report by yourself. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Badger Beer Report for May 26, 2026. Joel is taking a brief step away from the mic today. So the show must go on. We got a massive lineup here for you. We have Joe Prado, Gathering Place owner. We have an update from the Northwoods. We have a video update from Derriere's build. And we have two very highly anticipated openings. So we might as well get there. Well, let's just jump in and get to that. This Friday, Youngblood DeForest grand opening will be happening. And my notes here say that Youngblood is set to open its new DeForest Brewery and taproom this Friday. They will officially it's the newest destination tap room in the Madison area. It's located at 4181 Savannah Drive within emerging DeForest Yards mixed use district. The new location marks a massive milestone for the independent brewery. The facilities blend Youngblood's reputation for hospitality, highly creative and story-driven beer styles, including our popular fruit-forward sours and robust IPAs. This expanded footprint features full-service kitchen too. The space is designed as a vibrant regional anchor, offering Northside craft beers to a massive new venue of community gatherings, fresh pours, and local dining. So much to say that Youngblood DeForest is very highly anticipated. It's right next to the hockey arena there, an indoor and outdoor hockey setup there. So it's going to be really nice. This is Friday. This is happening, y'all. The grand opening is Friday. I think there's a soft release, an invitational soft opening. I think invitation only. I believe earlier in this week. But Youngblood DeForest will be open, and check their, I believe it's at 11. Check their social media for exact times. But that is a highly anticipated one here. So we're looking forward to that. I will be I will be updating that on our social media. So no worries on updates on that one. So, without further ado, another highly anticipated one's in the Northwoods, and maybe many of us down in the southern part of Wisconsin are not familiar with this one, but it's agonic. One of these times I'm gonna get it right, y'all. Y'all, if y'all are frequent flyers of the show, y'all know I butcher this every time. But they are a brewery. So, reading my notes here, following a devastating fire in October 2024 that resulted in a total loss of their original facility. Agonic Brewing Company is officially making its highly anticipated return to the Rice Lake area. The community staple will celebrate its grand opening next Saturday, June 6th, welcoming craft beer enthusiasts back to a newly established place built from the ground up, from what we know, known for its diverse tap list and community-focused events. And welcoming Northwoods atmosphere, Agonic returns marks a major milestone in Rice Lake's ongoing downtown recovery. Patrons can expect a fresh lineup of signature pours, rotating taps, and the same passionate local independent brewing that defined the brand before its closure. So, Agonic is coming back to Rice Lake, and I am 100% sure that their fans are really happy about this. And if y'all remember the story about the fire, was that we may never know what started that fire. So that was the tragic part about it. But for them to be able to come back here and rebound like they have, is a great sign, and Rice Lake community gets um, another community space back. So good times with that one. So yeah, another place that we should be hearing really soon about their opening is Derriere Brewing in Seymour, Wisconsin. Downtown, no being Seymour there. Seymour, small place. What is it like, y'all? What is it? 30 minutes outside west of Green Bay or something like that, right? So Derriere Brewing has been a project that's been, anticipated around those parts for a couple years now. They were really trying to make a push to open up last year. A couple things did not happen. So Tad from Derriere, is really opening now. They're starting to brew their beers actually, and he gave us an update. Um, he gave us an update. Or sorry, y'all, this one man thing is kind of crazy today. He gave us an update on social media. Um, 2 days ago, showing with the I'm sorry, showing what their beer garden slash patio area outside area is going to look like. And here is Tab with that update.
What's up, herd? Derriere herd. So busy Memorial weekend for me. I've been out at the brewery every day, hammering out the patio, trying to get something put together. We had a founders meeting where I asked if we were gonna have patio seating. I didn't really like what we had. It was kind of all ugly, old, just stuff I kind of picked up. Not much different than what I have going now, but it's gonna look a lot cooler. So the front end, we just kind of have planter boxes with the fence going all the way around, which is pretty cool. And then right next to that, we're gonna have bags, which will go from there to there with side tables to hold your drinks. Then I got a bunch of these tires with spools and a planter on top. We're gonna paint them all up, make them look really nice, clean them up. And then we're gonna have chairs like that, but more of a neutral color, just so everything kind of goes together. And yeah, we got them going all the way down this way. Redid that side over there, put some trees in, put some mulch in, made it look nice. This side, this tractor's gonna get mounted to the wall. It'll be a planter, so there'll be plants all inside. I'm still debating whether I want to cut holes in the side and kind of go around it. Trash bins are pretty much done, ready to go. See if you can see this mulch a little better. It's pretty sweet. We ran out of lights. We got more ordered. They should be here today to finish out there. Got the stage down there. They're gonna wrap around there. We got a canopy for the stage. Lights come through there. Then I got lights that we're just gonna screw to the wall real quick. All solar power, so we'll get there. I'll probably get a couple floodlights just to illuminate a little bit more. Back here where this kind of mess is right now, I'm working on clearing all that out. Got the fence up so you don't see the generator. And then in the corner, we got a standing bar pretty much. And right where all those chairs and stuff are, we're gonna have hammer slogging going. So yeah, there will be a patio this year once we open. A little bit about what's going on with the beers. We got 2 in tanks.
All right, y'all. Yeah, so he goes on to talk about the beers. Y'all can go back over to see that. Basically, they're still, he's still working on. I believe he's brewing his first couple batches. Then, now, within this week, you can go to that for the rest of that update. We don't have time to show all of that, but Derriere, I feel, should be coming in here mid June, maybe late June, depending on how many beers. He goes on to say that he might have to open up with guest taps, depending on what's going on. So he may open with guest taps. His beers are in some. I think he has 2 in the fermenters. So Seymour Derriere Brewing in Seymour, y'all, will be here soon, probably before July. So there is that. Let's see what we got next for y'all here. We have. Oh yeah, so let me make sure I said everything I need to say about Derriere here. Let's see, they're veteran owned, so he's a veteran. Again, they're going for kind of the same thing we've been seeing with the whole Classic 25 collab and all the newer breweries. He really wants to set up a community-centric gathering space. You can see the patio is still a work in progress, but it's a big, really nice big space. So he'll be able to fill that out as we go up there and see more. And let's see here. Do I have any other? Let's see here. Nope, just kind of the normal things here. And also, so y'all check in on there. We might be able to sneak in the next brewery report before they open, but they may slip in before we get to another brewery report. So keep an eye out on their area up in Seymour if that is if you're in that area, or is that something that piques your interest. So there's that. We got one more update here, and then we'll bring on Joe from Gathering Place. So let's see here. This is challenging without Joel. So let's see here. So Foxtown Brewing, y'all. I Joel rolled by and took a picture, so he wanted us to talk about it a little bit. I'm just going to give you a summary, and then we'll get to Joe here real quick. The Milwaukee Riverfront is getting a major upgrade, y'all. We talked about this a couple times, but this highly anticipated downtown expansion from Mequon's Foxtown Brewing. It's situated in the historic Third Ward, St. Paul, and Plankington. The upcoming 3-story, massive 28,000 square foot complex will feature a taproom, restaurant, brand new Wallace and Smith distillery, complete with 400 feet of public river walk extension, expansive outdoor terrace. The project directly adjoins the highly anticipated downtown off-leash dog park. So once completed, this multifaceted dog district, I love it, will serve as a premier pet-friendly destination for all you downtown pet dog owners in Milwaukee. They're going to have fresh pours, live music, and community gatherings. What's not to like? But this massive space here, look at that. May 26th. Yeah, we're gonna add that to the 2027 list. Check in the fall. But that looks fun and amazing. And again, another really nice outdoor space for our dog lovers, which is amazing. Because we like to have our beer. And when we're walking our dogs. So that'll be great. So now an event that's coming up, y'all, that won't likely have any dogs. In fact, we can confirm that here soon, is the Lager and Friends Festival here in or not here in Wisconsin, but out in Milwaukee, where we will be on Saturday. We are just days away from one of the premier events in the craft beer calendar. It's the 8th annual Lager and Friends, kicking off Saturday in Milwaukee from 12 to 4. To give us the insight on the massive lineup, a highly anticipated collaboration return, and some major. Well, I don't know if it's breaking news, but it's major news. It's major news within the Gathering Place family and the landscape of beverages in Milwaukee. So we are joined remotely tonight by the founder and the owner of Gathering Place Brewing Company, and that is our friend Joe Yato. Hi, Joe. How are you?
Hey, Greg. Good to see you.
What's going on? You're busy, busy, busy. This Saturday marks the 8th annual Lager and Friends. It's the second consecutive year. It's happening right at the River West Tap Room and Beer Garden. For anyone grabbing any last-minute tickets, walk us through what the spot gets them this weekend. I hear there's a massive lineup of over 50 lagers, custom glassware, free brats, pretzels. It's going to be the whole thing, right?
Yeah, it's something that we look forward to every year. The festival is now in its 8th year. This is very much a labor of love, showcasing all the wonderful styles and flavors that are lagers. And we have 22 breweries from around the Midwest and a number from Europe who are pouring their beers. So it's a great time. Tickets are available. Tickets start at $40. So it is an affordable beer festival. It's also one where you can realistically try almost all of the beers there. It's a more intimate type of festival where you can have a conversation with the brewing team, the people behind the beers that you're drinking. And that's exactly the way that we designed it, and we like it.
Yeah, you want to talk about some of the ones, for someone who's very familiar with the Lager Fest. Talk about some of the new breweries that we have here this year.
We
New to
have
Lager Fest.
Yeah. So we always try to have a few returners and then mix it up so new breweries can attend. There are 4 new breweries this year. Out of Madison, we have Full Mile Beer Company and Kitchen. From Milwaukee, we have Ope Brewing in West Dallas. We have Indeed, which is based in Minneapolis and in Milwaukee. And then from Appleton, we have Vault 202, which is pretty young, but also took home some hardware at the World Beer Cup for their lagers. So we are very excited to have them join us.
Y'all, people who follow Badger Beer Report should know who Vault 202 is, or they haven't been following us. But if they have been, anyway. So, Joe, looking back when you first started Lager Friends, the craft beer landscape looked incredibly different. IPAs were driving the hype. Crisp lagers didn't always get any spotlight back then. From an owner's perspective, how have you seen consumer appreciation for lagers shift over the last 8 years? And how's the festival grown to reflect that? Or has the festival grown to reflect that?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, the reason we started Lager and Friends was to showcase the wide range of flavors and styles that fall within lagers. Like you said, when we first thought of it and started planning in 2018, everything in the beer media was about New England IPAs. And so we wanted to bring together like-minded brewers and really give people a chance to explore these styles. The festival has grown. It's grown every year. We like to keep it small. So the festival is around about 275 to 300 people. It's more manageable in that regard. But then we can also provide for our guests, like you said, the tickets do include brats and sausages donated by Uzinger's, pretzels donated by Milwaukee Pretzel Company, and we can have tables and seating for just about everybody who's there.
Yeah, and that's key. Not only is it $40, y'all, and not only you get some sustenance there, so a lot of that's included in the price, y'all. Brats and come on, pretzels, that'll at least keep you to till you get to dinner. And really quick, before I get to my next question, I wasn't planning the questions, but talk about that. Talk about only doing from 12 to 4. We see a lot of these festivals going from 2 to 9 and 12 to 7, and it's just wow. And it's not just lagers, which generally are the low ABVs. These are, you know what I mean, big barley wines and all that stuff like that. So let's talk to keeping it from a 4-hour window in that afternoon area.
Yeah, we like an afternoon festival because it doesn't take up your whole day. You can try just about everything. We do have some strong beers. Lakefront is bringing a bourbon barrel-aged honey bock, so I'm very excited to try that. But you're right. A lot of these beers are a little more sessionable, so you can pace yourself. But it's also we designed the festival to be easy on our brewer friends. So sometimes we go to festivals, and there are many great festivals, but they turn on the brewer side of things. They turn into a 7, 8, 9, 10-hour commitment, and they're fun, but they're also exhausting. So we designed this festival with the brewers in mind. We don't ask them to bring jockey boxes. We supply the draft beer infrastructure. All they have to do is get the beer there, and we'll take care of the rest. So I think from a guest standpoint, maybe they won't notice those things, but the brewers definitely do. And it's one of the reasons why we have so many people who want to come back year over year.
Amen. And we at Badger Beer Report are incredibly excited again to be teaming up with you guys today. We're calling Dachsbier 2.0. And we did a small single batch of this Vienna lager last year. and the crowd crushed it. We got really good reviews on it. I don't care about y'all on Tapped, y'all. So this for the people who might look at the amber copper color, think that it's heavy. This style is actually a beautiful paradox. It features a rich toasted bread and biscuit malt profile, but finishes remarkably crisp, clean, and crushable. From a brand and a market point of view, what made you say yes to bringing this style back for round two? And what makes it the ultimate festival pour, my opinion, this
Yeah.
spring afternoon?
Well, just to give people a little more context, Dachsh is the German word for badger. So a lot of people know Dachshund, a badger dog, badger hunting dog. So this is Dachsbier. And it was super fun to work with you guys last year and put together this recipe. And it went over so well. We also poured it at Great Taste in Madison, and it crushed it there. So we were excited to bring it back again. So it is a 5.4% Vienna lager, has a nice little bit of toasted malt flavor, a little bit of honey malt. It's very light and crisp, light on the palate, and crisp with just a touch of color to it. And weather's looking great for this Saturday, and it's going to be perfect Vienna lager drinking weather.
And it was great last year. We've had mixed results over the 8 years of lager.
Yes.
So we're gonna keep our our hands embraced, but it looks good. So that's great. So aside of the massive festival prep, Gathering Place always seems to keep y'all selves in the news. That's one of the things that's fun about not only being a partner of y'all's and seeing y'all's growth, but it's also a fun part to see the different things that craft beer, how craft businesses are moving. And you recently made some waves in the industry by acquiring Odyssea Sangria, marking the third major brand acquisition alongside Stockhouse a while ago, so we could get the Tosa taproom going, and Sahala, which is on and on top of your Blossom beverages line, which is came from what I know, Gathering Place. It wasn't an outside acquisition. As you transition further into a dynamic multi-beverage company, how does bringing premium canned sangria line into the fold expand your footprint? And what does it signal for long-term growth strategy as far as the Gathering Place family?
Yeah, that's a good question. So we were approached by some folks we know who started the Odyssea Sangria brand back in 2021. They were looking for a co-packer in Milwaukee to make the beer for them. And as we had more and more conversations, the talk turned from, can you make this for me, to actually, I think Gathering Place would be great to help this brand grow. So we acquired the brand from the original founders. For those in Milwaukee, the founders are the people who started the Lost Whale cocktail bar in the Bayview neighborhood. So very good flavors on the sangria. They are gluten-free, they are low calorie, low in sugar, and really, really flavorful. So we have 3 year-round sangrias. It's a spiced peach red. We have a strawberry kiwi rosé, and then an orange fig white. So they are a little elevated flavor-wise from the budget sangria I drank in college. And they are single-serve cans. They are about 8.5 ounces in a can, and they are each 8.5% alcohol. So this is an existing brand with existing distribution statewide. So we're excited to give it the production capacity that it needs to grow. And we're excited to branch into a different set of customers who might not be traditional beer drinkers. But we've been serving these in our 3 tap rooms over the last couple months, and we see our beer drinkers going for them, trying them, and we're moving through them pretty good. So we're excited about it. Like you said, the industry is changing rapidly, and we are just trying to evolve to continue to be a part of a dynamic industry.
Yeah, you pretty much nailed it, but you also are saying it by your business moves that I think you could feel the people coming in for beer are sometimes maybe they want a beer, but maybe they want something else too. And maybe maybe there's a day or maybe they want a beer and then they want to take home your THC products or they want to take home the sangria. Like the options here are what people so the same craft beer people who came to Gathering Place 6 years ago because y'all had 8 different styles of beer are fatiguing, Joe? And not maybe fatiguing, but like there's still those same people looking for different tastes. It's just outside of the beer realm. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, it's a good question. I don't know if it's fatiguing. I think about my own habits. I love beer, but if I go out to a restaurant, it's fun to have a cocktail before dinner. So we want to meet people where they're at. We're also seeing, when the state law changed about a year and a half ago and we started serving wine and cocktails, we started to see the beer drinker come in, our regulars, but there was a friend with them or there was a spouse or a partner with them who was not a beer drinker, because now we could offer those people something that we couldn't in the past. So beer is and always will be the foundation for Gathering Place, but it's more about being in a hospitality mindset of how can we provide the best experience to the people walking through the door.
Amen. And so our one last question on this, and I just let me. Oh my goodness. So the it was about, oh my goodness, it's slipping me. It was about diversity basically, and so and NA is involved in this too, right?
No, we have not done an NA product. We don't have the technology. We don't feel like we could do an NA product with the quality standards that we would want with the equipment that we have.
Y'all still have it available. Y'all have some available. Like you have an option for that.
Yes, yeah, we serve other people's NA products.
Okay.
But because it's not doesn't have alcohol as a preservative, and we don't pasteurize our beer, NA beers can get a little tricky with spoilage. So we will serve NA beer made from other people, but we're not crossing that bridge yet.
Yeah, I remember my question now. And is Gathering Place and is Gathering Place we'll stick with Gathering Place because we got a solid. Is that a traditional brew pub? Meaning, are you serving alcohol and wine?
From a license?
I'm sorry, like liquor and wine. That's what I meant. I'm sorry.
We do serve wine and liquor, although our license is as a brewery. And now with producing Odyssey, we have a federal and state winery licenses. So there was a change in state law about a year and a half ago, and that basically made the brew pub license. It made it kind of moot. So we serve some snack foods, but we don't have a full kitchen. That is not our focus. Ours is on the beverages and creating great spaces.
All right, Joe. Well, incredible insight on the new acquisition. Massive congratulations on the 8th year of Lager and Friends and the continued growth as it appears of the brand. It's a struggle out there. So thank you so much for taking the time to join us remotely. And if there's anything that you think we missed about Lager and Friends, outside of we'll see you on Saturday, please let us know and we'll let you go to this evening, and I'll see you on Saturday.
Looking forward to it, Greg. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks, Joe. You have a great one. We'll see you on Saturday, and we will see all of y'all. Thank you, everyone, for everyone watching at home. Lager and Friends kicks off this Saturday, right at Gathering Place, River West Taproom and Beer Garden. If you haven't secured your tickets yet, do not wait. The link is the link will be in the bio. The link is on gatheringplace.com. There's a QR code up there for those who are watching us. Obviously, if you're watching on your phone, you can't use the QR code. Got it. But you do have that link down there, which you can't click on, but it's gatheringplace.com. We will get to the grounds this Saturday. Make sure to stop by the Badger Beer Report booth, grab some of our loving and our hugging and our our conversation. We will have QR codes there so you can tap into what we're doing, follow us, like us, and take a pour, grab a pour of our exclusive collaboration beer, Dachsbier. but we call it Dachsbier 2.0 because it's the second edition. So we are very, very happy and proud of that, and we will see y'all out there on Saturday. So before we wrap up here, we'll have some. We are not done. I have some things to talk to you about, but before that, we have a report from our Northwoods correspondent, Landon Sherney. Did I get it right? He'll tell me later. From the Northwoods, specifically, he wants to talk about what's going on. What, a year and a couple months after Liney's pulled out of Chippewa Falls. So here's Landon with that report.
All right, so this last week there was a story done by a local TV station here in Eau Claire. So I thought it's high time for a quick check-in on a Wisconsin Northwood staple, Leinenkugels. It's still tough to wrap your head around this one. We're now well over a year into a reality where major production brewing is no longer happening at the historic Leinenkugel facility in Chippewa Falls. Now, to be clear, the beer is not gone, as we've talked before. Molson Coors has shifted the heavy lifting down to Milwaukee, and they're still running a pilot brewery right there at the Lonnie Lodge to keep some local batches flowing. Some of the old stuff, and actually it's kind of cool, but the heart of the operation feels different. Workers have had to take different jobs, at least the workers that were working in the brewery itself. Some are still in brewing, albeit they're probably not brewing for Leinenkugels. Some have left the industry altogether. The buildings remain, but really it just isn't the same. John Leinenkugel, so one of the brothers that we don't normally hear for, we hear from Dick quite a bit. But John, the youngest of that generation, spoke out about the transition recently, and you can just feel the weight of the family legacy on him. He admitted it's been incredibly tough, and this is what he had to say. It was heartbreaking, and it still is heartbreaking. It hurts my heart and my stomach to know that, and then, to know that the brewing isn't happening there. And then he went on to say, we need Chippewa Falls to help us see another 160 years, to help this seventh generation come into this family business. Now more than ever, we need the community support. He did go on to praise the work being done down in Milwaukee and at the Lodge's pilot system, trying to keep a positive spin on the distribution side of things. But look, let's be real. John, does he have a choice? Molson Coors owns the brand. John still works for Leinenkugels, so he's got to play ball to a certain extent. That all being said, when you watch him speak, it isn't just him being a corporate PR guy. You can tell that he authentically, deeply cares about his family's legacy and the history of that beer. What really caught my attention most, though, was his plea for community support. And I've talked about this in the past. It makes you wonder, has local support actually slipped since the production halted? It didn't look so at first, but maybe it is. I don't know. Or is he just trying to rally the troops to protect what's left? I guess only time will tell if the Chippewa Valley can keep that 160-year legacy alive under a new roof. That's it for me for the Badger Beer Report. I'm Landon Cerny, the Northwoods correspondent. Back to you guys.
Well, thanks, Landon Sherney. He corrected me via the tape. It's excellent. That is very interesting with landscape, what's going on up there in Chippewa Falls. I love the Lonnie Lounge. I highly recommend it to anyone who can get up there. There's just something magical about. I wouldn't say magical, but like something really special about it. Cozy, and I thought it was fun. But I was there when it was, the production was still going. So there's that. But we have let's get our June anniversaries here. Let's see here. We have McFleshman's is spelled wrong there, but that's one that jumps off to me. I was really close to Rocky Reef recently and was not able to get in there. Happy birthday to them. Happy birthday to Giant Jones. Happy birthday to Sumner. Shout out to Sumner with the shirt on. Happy birthday. Fond du Lac Brewing. Look at you sneaking there. Okay. Fond du Lac Brewing birthday this month. Stubborn Brothers doing pizza soon. Let's see. I was at Red Eye recently. I haven't been to Hop House recently. I need to get out there. Turtle Stack recently announced expansion. Did we talk about? Oh, we talked about that on the last brewery report, right? Eagle Park. Shout out to Eagle Park. I mean, there's just so many to Runaway. Youngblood opening up this week. Happy birthday. Balsam Lake, our market brewery. Happy birthday. Oh, Torzala, the first woman Hispanic owned brewery in this state. Shout out to them. So yeah, a lot of fun going on. Check in with your local brewery, y'all. Check in what kind of parties they got going on, what kind of special beers they got going on. I'm seeing less and less big special beers. Remember when we had anniversaries and there would be like big barrel aged bourbon stout release with cocoa nuts and marshmallows, and now I think we're seeing more like refined, approachable anniversary beers, but we're also seeing, I think, more refined, approachable parties, not these big parties, but small, intimate gatherings, community gatherings, celebrating what each of these breweries. Lone Girl, look at Lone Girl on there. Which each of these breweries bring to their respective communities, right? So shout out to that. Happy birthday, y'all. So next week, so this Saturday is Lager Friends, y'all. We'll see you there. Next Saturday is the summer mashup sponsored by Badger Beer Report, Sunshine Brewing, and the Madison's Home Breweries and Tastes Good. You see that. You see that QR code. Actually, let me drop the QR code for Lager and Friends, because you might get QR code heavy. If y'all are able to use the QR code, that'll take you to the information to enter the homebrew contest. And then on that, so here's the tracker, y'all. We got 95, I believe. And it kind of went back to 94 or something. I don't know. Something's going on. Close to 100. We still have 50 entries. This week is the final drop. The final drop closes tomorrow, Milwaukee. So you got to get to Amorphic tomorrow before they close to get your bottles in there. Thursday is Sheboygan, the Brewmasters Brewing Supplies. They close. And then on Saturday, Delta Beer and the Madison Hop Shop. Got to have them in by then. The first round of preparing for the whole thing starts on Sunday. So we got deadlines, y'all. You got to have them in. We are excited. We are really, really proud that that Sunshine Brewing and Madison Homebrewers wanted to pair with us to do this. So we're throwing a party, y'all. It's going to be at the Delta Beer Lab on Saturday. It's the 6th, a rare non-festival appearance by the Badger Beer Report team. More than a few have RSVP'd. So you'll see probably more. The nerdy beer guys will be there too. You can meet them. We will be playing games, drinking beer, and just celebrating home brewing and the summer. And there will be an award ceremony, and we will announce the winner, and we will just have a good old time at the summer mashup judging party. Culminating in our first inaugural homebrew competition sponsoring. We are very, very pleased and happy about that. So jumping on all that on our social media and everything about that. So there are sponsors: the East Bay Wine and Hop Shop, Delta Beer Co., Inventors Brew Pub. Yes. All right, y'all. So moving along. Oh, keeping an eye on. Joel wants us to keep an eye on Solemn Oath. We should be hearing about that one soon. Near and far, I don't know, y'all. That feels like 2027. I'm not sure. I'm pessimistic on that one coming in this year. Same with Acronym. I don't know if they broke ground yet. I mean, I know they have I know New Barons has a beer garden up in that area. So a little reserved on now Shattered Glass. I think is another 2027. Clockwork, I think, is in 2027. So I'm not sure why Joel wouldn't talk about them, but y'all know Joel has something to say about every one of them, right? That's why he's our director of brewery relations, y'all. But so that being said, most of these look like far out projects, but Nicolette and Salamoth, we're hoping to come in here in 2026. So and good luck to all those, good luck to all of them. So with the addition of, was it Gravity Box last month? We lost what, Liftbridge. So we have 273 breweries in Wisconsin, y'all. We have actually 207 breweries, 40 additional tap houses, and 23 contract brewers. I think Joel uses other for them. So that's where we're at with that. So tomorrow we have an interesting interview with Grant Pauly. I will be interviewing him at noon, y'all. The session is really more of a it's definitely more of a news-based, industry-based kind of conversation that I have with some of the biggest brewery influencer people, or not influencer people, biggest brewery professional people. And Grant obviously is one of them now, or he's been for a while. But he took 3 sheeps from, what is it, 8 years ago, or no, is it, what is it? It's the 8th. Or, look at this. I'm interviewing this guy tomorrow, y'all, and I don't even know how. I believe they're 8 years old. They've been around, and now they're the third. They're in the top 3 of production for breweries in Wisconsin. So we're going to talk to Grant about that. We're going to talk to Grant about Les Paul. We're going to talk to Grant about Chicago. We're going to talk to Grant about Milwaukee. We got a whole bunch of things to talk about, Grant. You can read the full interview preview on our website. And it'll have, I basically threw out a bunch of, areas that I'm going to hit for sure. And then, wait. Oh man, I wanted to talk. So yeah, I'm going to do this now. I wanted to talk about our website here. We've been putting in a bunch of work on our website. And it's funny because I'm not prepared for this, y'all, but we're going to do this right now. So when you go to badgerbeerreport.com, as I am, and I'm bringing it up here so y'all can see it. Dun, dun, dun. So let's see here. Sorry for the delay, y'all. Let's see. Let's remove this. Let's put this here. All right. So when you go to Badger Beer Report now, y'all, as you can see, you can go to the right at the top there. You can click on the class of collaboration to find out where the beer is still out there in the wild. It's still going. You can see me scrolling. You can click here, find the Grant interview. I talked to Kirby last week about the Schlitz thing, and that was wild. So y'all can see that. You can literally click it right here and see it in the website. Also, though, y'all been asking for this, and now y'all have got it. This is the on our front page is the brewery report for 2026. Y'all have been asking for a composite map of the openings and the closings and the upcomings. Well, we did a Google My Map for y'all, and this is what we got. The X's are the closings, obviously. The green lights are the openings. You can see Gravity Box there in the Dells. You can see Boulder Junction. You can see Los Apostle. You can't see Nosy Neighbor because they're hidden under those yellow ones in Milwaukee. And those yellow ones in Milwaukee, I believe, are Acronym and a couple other places that we have on our 2006 map. So we can click on them. Let's see. Oh yeah, look, tree line, right? And then here you can scroll in, see, and then you can Solemn Oath, my bad. Acronyms up here, actually. My bad. Or up here. Let's see. And then we got Radix, right? So we got those 3 Milwaukee, and then I don't know if you go in slow, you can see Nosy Neighbor there. So right on our front page, y'all, is the point, is that you can see our brewery report in real time as we update this, what's opening, what's closing. You can click on each one to find out what closed and all that. So that's there for y'all. And also then read some blog posts. You can get to that. We have here my preview of the session tomorrow at noon. We have Schlitz here. That's a homebrew recipe of Schlitz if y'all are interested in that. And then also, from the editor's desk, I started an editor's desk column where I will be where I'll be addressing things. I'm actually talking about drink local and stay social, which has been a thing that I have taken on recently. It's a saying that I've taken on, and I believe that it's 100% true. We should drink local, and we should also stay social. That goofy pandemic took us out of our social, took us something socially out of us, and well, I'm not a fan of that. So so you can check all that out, and on the Badger Beer Report website, which we put a lot of work into it recently, and it is the one source for everything Badger Beer Report. Finally, and you can find that. We're also going to have interactive maps. You saw that one of the Brewery Report. Joel and I have one of all the stops that we've made in Wisconsin, all together, and then we have ones that I've made that Joel hasn't, and we have ones that Joel made that I haven't. So that'll be coming out soon. Next time Joel's next Brewery Report when Joel returns, we'll talk about all that. But you can get that soon on the website. Keep an eye on the website. It's going to have everything that we do. The events tab up in the top has, when you click on events, it's all of our events. So if you're familiar, there's a lot of things going on with Badger Beer Report. It's all there. So this week is Lager and Friends. Next week is it's the summer mashup, and the summer is heating up. We're gonna have a birthday party to invite y'all to. Badger Beer Report's going to celebrate 6 years. 6 years. 5, of course, y'all, were the Badger Beer Hour, which many of you don't know about. And now it's been a year and a half that we've done the report, and we are proud of our progress. And we are actually, before I get out of here, Joel will wring my neck if I don't mention Patreon. We have 3 tiers there, y'all. We have $3, we have $5, we have $10. You can also just buy us a beer if you want. Now it's almost like $7 for a pint, y'all. Yikes. But inflation, what are we gonna do, right? It's not like the brewers are out here gouging us. But anyway, and we're not gouging on Patreon, because for $10 a month, man, you'll get full access to us. You'll get Joel's full flight show. You'll get flight series show where he talks to a brewer and they go through a flight of the brewer's beers, which is interesting. You also get Joel's newsletter. I call it Joel's because these things are his project for our Badger Beer Report. These are things that he holds near and dear, and he works his butt off to bring that to you. There's only a few people on our Patreon, but we're going to be growing it, and we're going to keep plugging. So y'all if y'all would like to support independent beer journalism in Wisconsin, we'll have Badger Beer. So on that note, y'all, it's time for me to sign off. I think I covered everything. I thank you for being gracious with me on my first solo and hopefully last solo edition of the Badger Beer Report. But look, I learned something. I could do this on my own. So, but I wouldn't expect it too much. One last thing, I wouldn't expect it really ever again. But we had a guest today, and we got a lot of things coming on, so we had to make sure this happened. Joel will be back on the next Brewery Report, and he'll be back on our social media soon enough. Over there, y'all, you can get the Lager and Friends tickets. So that's just the QR code for that. And lastly, the QR code for the summer mashup details right there. If you're a home brewer, got to get them in this week, though. This week it's over. Got to get them and land, as I say on social media, that plane. Get that in. You want to be, marked up, and you want to be brewed at Sunshine Brewing. Also, you want to beat this guy. I have an entry. I have one entry. It's a Hellas. It's a People's Brewing. The first black brewer in Wisconsin, and in the country. It's a People's Clone Brewing Hellas beer. So we researched the People's, what they were brewing, and we kind of spruced it up a little bit. But hopefully y'all gonna have to beat me. So and it's gonna be fun. So I'm getting out of here, y'all. Enough babbling, but I didn't think I would make 50 minutes, and I did. This is longer than a normal brewery report that Joel and I do. So want to thank Joe Yato from Gathering Place again for joining me. I want to thank my correspondent, Landon for chiming in from the Northwoods about Liney's. And I want to thank all of you tuning in, continue to support. Please like, share, and tell a friend because y'all know what I'm going to end with. Drink. I was going to say it backwards. Stay social and drink local. How about that?